Cool. We should be live right now. On air as in we're live. Okay, okay, okay. You can hear yourself. So so you can hear how terrible you sound. That's good. I wonder if they'll be able to hear you. Bro, we can hear something moving around again. All right, guys. Give us a second here. Goodness gracious me. Can you hear yourself on the live stream? Can you guys hear AJ? I can't hear you on the live stream either. What? What? What the hell? Should be able to hear you. Yo. Someone said someone's violating the camera, saying say less. They can't hear you. Okay. Okay. So you guys can't hear AJ. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, that's just because I'm not shouting. All that matters is that they can hear me while I'm talking. That's all that matters, to be honest. Other than that, it's not that bad. Nah, it's alright, bro. Just text me. We tried anyways. Alright, hold it. Alright, guys. It's just me now. Essentially, I tried to get AJ on the live somehow so he could be heard too, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. But I thought, why not jump on live? Why not? It's been a while, innit? Let me take a photo for people on Instagram so I can tell them to hop on the live real quick, and then I'll get to questions. AJ said my thing is kind of low. What? Hey, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. What it is. It is what it is. Hey, it is what it is. Cool. I'm gonna start going through people's questions just in a second. Just give me 2 seconds, guys, and I'll start going through questions. Oh, perfect. AJ said it's a lot better. That's perfect. That's perfect. Because be no point if you lot couldn't hear me, innit? Yo, AJ, we have to find out how we can get your voice on live so people don't think that I'm talking to myself. Alright, AJ said to just sort it out a bit more. Apologies, guys. Should be okay. Come on now. Like, now it should be. Oh, maybe that's too bad. Yeah, about there. Bear in mind, guys, I'm just not somebody who talks quite loud anyway. So, like, I don't know. My energy is just a bit, yeah. Join the YouTube life. Okay. Now I'm actually going to begin to go through the what do they call them? Questions. I'll go through the questions now. Perfect. Okay, so let's go. All right, cool. Greetings, Nero. Hello. Shades of Shia. Hello. Mo Penna. Hello. Heisenberg. Better not be Walter White. Raw. Next question. Come on. Get it together, mate. Get it together. If books is what you're going off, is you're just regurgitating. Essentially regurgitation with synthesizing the things that I've actually put into practice and things that my clients have used and things that I've just seen that work, to be honest. I mean, what people don't realize is that any particular spiritual author, any manifestation person, none of these individuals is any different from you. And due to the fact that there's no truths other than what the subconscious mind accepts as true, the moment that you begin to experience something and put it into reality, and then you have a particular level of conviction in what you're doing as something that actually works, that's all that matters. That's really all that matters. I think a lot of people, end up clinging on to the words of people from years ago and following their every word, as opposed to just recognizing the fact that you already materialize reality. And when you recognize the fact you already materialize your reality, then it's just a matter of reverse engineering that entire process and seeing what works for you. The clearest example that I can always give to people is the secret frequency of not needing. There's a secret frequency of not needing that, there's some aspects of your life that you find it easy to materialize things, and there's other aspects of your life you find it difficult to materialize things. And the only difference is your perspective towards those things. And in the instances where you get things easy, and for women, most of the time it's men. Women always get men easily. And for men, it could be something that you're just naturally good at. And it could be something as dumb as FIFA, playing FIFA with your boys, or NBA, or whatever it is. There's a certain level of perception that you have towards that one thing that allows a certain level of ease. And that ease is nothing more than the collapsed space of importance, which is energetic space. So your perspective in one area, if you can take that and apply it to another area, then what you'll see is that you've been doing this your entire life. You should not make noise in the library. I'm not in a library. I'm in my house. I'm in my office. Why do you wear shades? Because your future's too bright. So the irony is, right? So the whole reason, and apologize my squeaky chair. Come on, guys. You know what it is over here, man. So the irony of it is, the whole reason why I actually called this live How to Find Your Purpose is because in a video that you guys are going to see on Sunday, there was a question asked by a girl from Paris, and she was asking, how do I find purpose? And in that video, I actually said I'm not going to speak on purpose because I don't see how me answering that question will lead to the materialization of your desired reality, which, as I always say, is spirituality without the ability to control your reality is vanity. But I think purpose is one of those things that people arbitrarily speak about in the spiritual space, and they kind of just make it seem as if everybody's purpose is this kind of amazing thing that when it hits you on the head, your whole life is going to change. And I think people look at purpose in a wrong way. I think people kind of glamorize purpose and they make it something that's euphoric, but I don't think that's what purpose is. I think you can find purpose in your life existing right now. And the truth of the matter is, it's not how to find your purpose, it's how to make your purpose find you. And the only way that you can make your purpose find you is the moment that you believe that no matter what you're doing, you're living your purpose. And that was a serious boss. I'll write that down. And the whole reason for that is because a lot of people find their purpose. They have a desire to find their purpose. But what you don't understand is the moment that you go look for something, you're implying to the universe that you don't already have it. It's the same instance when people say, go find God, go seek God. Why the hell would you need to go seek God? Seeking God implies that God isn't already within your presence. And seeking God is a confession that God isn't in your presence, and you can only have what you already have, and purpose is no different. So if you want to materialize your purpose, then you need to understand that you're already in your purpose. And you have to kind of detach from the societal conceptualizations on, you know, what's good, what's a good career, what's a bad career, what's a good thing to do, what's a bad thing to do, because more often than not, You know, you could be working anywhere. You could be working in a coffee shop, so on and so forth, and not understand that you're actually embodying part of your purpose there. Because if you understand the human experience, the infinite intelligence wants to do more than learn about itself, and it learns about itself through expressing itself through an infinite amount of universes, an infinite amount of potentialities through us as human beings. So the moment that you actually recognize that whatever you're doing, you're embodying your purpose. And what I mean by that is you have to understand purpose outside of, like what I said, that whole glamorization that is this crazy fancy thing, and for whatever reason you can't find your purpose in a 9 to 5. No, you can find purpose in whatever you do. You just need to be willing to detach from the societal expectations on what they've told you your purpose is supposed to be like. And a lot of spiritual people, for no particular reason whatsoever, glamorize things, and they kind of make things more than they really are. But your purpose could be something as simple as helping people. And what is your definition of helping people? You don't think that the nigga that serves coffee is helping somebody. You don't think that the person that works in a call center is helping people. You just actually need to elevate your perspective and recognize that, quite simply, what people believe their purpose is. Some people might think that their purpose is to open up a spiritual retreat in LA, but no. That can't be your purpose, because that's to say that before the technological advances existed and we just existed as human beings thousands of years ago, people had no purposes. So purpose is something that's a simplistic thing, and it could be as simple as helping somebody. It could be as simple as making somebody laugh. And what if I told you that it could be making somebody cry? You don't understand the particular reasons as to why your soul materialized on this physical plane. But purpose in of itself, what you have to understand is that there is no one particular purpose to life, due to the fact that you don't know the reasons that some people's souls incarnated on this physical plane. Hence why I don't go around trying to convert people to the way that I think. I keep telling you niggas this. If you guys ever met me in real life, you never know I'm the same person who talks about this stuff, because you never know the reason as to why somebody is experiencing a particular condition of reality. But purpose in of itself, there isn't one purpose. There's an infinite amount of purposes, and the reason for that is because the nature of the creator is infinite. So your purpose could be an infinite amount of things, but really and truly it's whatever you choose, quite literally. So no matter how mundane your life is, or no matter how excellent your life is, purpose is always going to be in simplicity. And it could be simply you awakening to something that you haven't realized you've been doing this whole time. Like, a lot of people wake up every day and they think to themselves, you know, why am I in this position? Yada, yada, yada. I'm only doing this. It's not that good. X, Y, Z. But you don't actually realize that no matter what you're doing, as long as you're contributing to society, why can't that be your purpose? And then when that's your purpose, you can contribute in many different ways. You can contribute in a 9 to 5, you can contribute in a business, you can contribute to society in making somebody smile, making somebody feel good about themselves. And then instantly you begin to feel like you're living in your purpose. And the moment you begin to feel like you're living in your purpose, that's when your purpose finds you. But this whole hyperfixation and over glamorization and over exaggeration on what purpose is supposed to be some type of euphoric experience, more often than not, it sets you up for failure. How do I view this stuff? How do I view this stuff on my phone? So I want to see my live from my phone. How do I do that? Guys, technologically, I am not that guy. I'm really not that guy. Let's see. Because if I could just read these comments, like, or like put it on a screen or something, because I'll be real, guys, my eyes, it's not it, man. It's not it. So forgive me. I just want to say from above my heart and soul how much you've helped me after years of confusion. You've helped me profoundly. You've made it clear for me. Thank you, Marty Wild. That's a pleasure. It's truly a pleasure. Thank you very much. Oh, I think AJ just sent it to me right now. So hopefully I should be able to view the chat from here. Let's see. Okay, that's perfect. That's quite literally perfect. Thank you, AJ. So you guys are going to see me with my phone. I'm quite literally just reading the things. Okay, AJ. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. How to deal with past frequency from Noel. How to deal with past frequency. Like, I tried to change, but the past frequency is haunting me. Well, the first thing that you have to understand is awareness is the first step to all transmutation. And what I mean by that is this. The old frequency is going to attempt to do one thing. And please remember this one thing. It only wants to do one thing, and that's to create a particular emotional reaction out of you. And it will use people, conditions, circumstances, events, and situations in your life to attempt to trigger you, due to the fact that your old frequency is nothing more than an entity that was built and sustained off a whole bunch of negative, lower vibrational emotions that you fed it over years with. So once you understand the game that it wants to play, awareness is the first step to transmutation. Because now, as opposed to getting caught up in the bullshit that it's going to throw at you, you understand the game. And that level of awareness is instantly going to change how you navigate that to begin with. Because if you're being triggered by a person, it could be a person who's rude to you for no reason, a loved one, a family member, a partner, no matter what it is, or a situation, something just goes wrong for whatever reason, and your first instinct is to remind yourself that this is the old frequency. The way that you're going to look at that is completely different, because your perception is directly interconnected to your projection of reality. When you experience a reality without knowing what's going on, you get caught up in the whirlwind of things, and then you end up giving an emotional reaction. Your emotion is the most powerful energy source in this universe, and the moment that you do that, it begins to feed like a parasitic entity off that emotion and uses it to sustain itself. So the thing that you need to do is actually to react by design instead of default. The one question you need to ask yourself is, how would the version of me, my desired reality, react to this? And if you can keep that question at the top of your mind every single time, I promise you, it's not going to haunt you the same way, because it just wants a reaction, but you need to respond. To react is to allow the external to alter the internal. And ironically, when the external alters the internal is then altered by the external, right? But to respond is to go from the internal and framing things from the perspective of your desired reality. Because until you change the way life looks at you, until you change the way you look at life won't change the way it looks at you. Meaning that your perception is directly interconnected to your projection. So if you see life through the lens of you in your desired reality, that's how life will look back at you. And then the level of emotion that this is allowed to get out of you and extract from you is going to be completely different. Next question. Hello, Tishai. Purpose and simplicity, most definitely. Good evening, Nero. Good evening. Bro, I feel that Indian Vedic astrology is working for me. I thought there was a time for correlation, hermetic principles of rhythm. And whatever works for you is all that matters. Like, you have to understand, I'll take the piss and I'll make jokes about spiritual people here and there. But what you have to understand is, it doesn't really matter what the fuck I say. Because who am I to any of you? None of you don't need my permission for anything. Whatever works for you is all that matters. I repeat, whatever works for you is all that matters. And a lot of people in the spiritual, the same niggas that will tell you that you're God, will tell you that this is the only way to do it. But that doesn't make any sense. That's in direct opposition, right? And this comes down to the foundational law of, you make the laws of your reality. So if you believe something will work for you, then reality is a placebo. If I give you a sugar pill and tell you it's a painkiller, your body's going to react as if it's a painkiller, even though it's a sugar pill, right? And understanding as above, so below, that means reality is a placebo in of itself. I repeat, reality is a placebo in of itself. And because reality is a placebo, the only thing that you need to do anything in this reality is conviction. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's not about what Nero says. It's not about what this person says or this person says. Can you sing All Saints Under the Bridge? No. Thank you very much, though, nonetheless. And thank you, IMMH. Denilson, peace, Nero. What's the guaranteed way to manifest wealth, in your opinion, to become wealth? And it's to become wealth, and the only way that you can become wealth is by not materializing, vibrating at a particular degree of abundance. And abundance is opposite what most of us have been taught to conceptualize life is, which is I don't have enough. How often do we kind of revolve around the idea that I don't have enough, I'm not making enough, I'm not doing enough? And what you don't realize is that that particular one revolving thought is a central unfolding point of your reality, and that's scarcity. And scarcity being the energetic polarity for abundance, you need to tap into abundance, and the only way you can do that is to maintain the idea internally that I have more than enough. Very simple idea, but then to combine that with the emotions that you'd experience in that particular degree of having enough, which more than likely would be serenity, a desire for nothing, peace of mind, and joy. And the more that you can consciously feel those emotions while combining it with that central thought that I have more than enough, that's all I've done for the past 2-3 years, quite literally. That's all I've done. How many hours read? I'm guessing you mean how many hours do I read? Maybe about 2 hours a day. And thank you, Rick Dara. Do you smoke weed? Is it good? No, I don't smoke. And is it good? That depends on you. And a lot of spiritual people will attempt to kind of spiritualize a lot of things and come with a whole bunch of egotistical characteristics to tell people that this is what you should do and this is what you shouldn't do and this is what you should do and this is what you shouldn't do. I'm not any of those niggas, because what they don't realize is that they're psychologically still under the programming of religion, that there's a box that there's a box that will get you to eternal divinity, and that's just nonsense. The only thing that matters when it comes to smoking and drinking and even anything else is that you have to understand what that represents to your mind. If you have no problem with smoking or drinking and there's no psychological desire for you to stop, then you doing it isn't going to affect your manifestation to any degree. It might temporarily affect your vibration, and that's something completely different, but your ability to materialize your desired reality, it's not going to affect that. What will affect your ability to materialize your desired reality is what smoking or drinking represents to your mind. If that's something that you want to stop, and the more that you do it, you feel guilty, then what you don't realize is that you're depleting your level of self-trust. Self-trust is a currency that is exchanged for confidence, which is the most important word when it comes to manifestation. So every time you drink or smoke and you're like, I need to stop, why do I keep doing this? Then you're depleting your self-trust. Then you're depleting your confidence, and indirectly you're affecting your ability to materialize reality. That's when it matters. What is the difference between purpose and calling? Literally no difference at all, except some people will say that something is their calling because they looked at a bunch of synchronicities and it just sounds nicer. I caught you live. Yeah, you did. Hello. Please, what you share your definition of abundance. Yeah, abundance is quite simply just needing more than enough. Quite literally, that's it. A friend said to me, you are who you think you are. Am I? I don't know. Man's flowing in words. Should I become a rapper? Guys? Should I start a rap career? Let me know if we'll make it out the hood. I'll drop a quick freestyle. But see, my issue is I can only freestyle when it's suspect. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, serious freestyle, I can't do it. Suspect freestyle, I'm coming. Pause. When's your book dropping? Probably sometime in the middle of the year. Yo, this is moving quick. How do I slow this down? Nero, thank you for sharing your powerful knowledge with us. You're changing lives. Much respect. You're a true G. Appreciate you, Dominique. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm not the one that's changing lives. That's all down to you lot. Why do you think human beings exist if there's no defined purpose for us? Just want to hear your thoughts. Do you know what I think? I think the whole reason we exist is nothing more than the expression of the creator's desire to know itself. I think that's quite literally it. And very simplistic. I think the infinite intelligence materialized us into these physical bodies because it wants to know itself. And the way that I would conceptualize it is, like when you change your hairstyles. Like, I used to have dreads. Crazy thing. Like, when you change your hairstyle and you change your clothes, you're seeking to express yourself in different ways to learn about yourself. I think the creator just does that with human beings. Quite literally. I hope that made sense. Is there a way to control the way people act while they're in your presence? Yes. And that's due to the fact that if you understand non-duality, you understand that there's no difference between you and any particular individual. We have these instances where we can communicate across all three planes of existence. Thought transference is a real thing. Quantum entanglement is a reflection of thought transference. If you think of somebody and they call you, they'll be like, oh, I was just thinking about you. Or you get a text from somebody who are just thinking about them. We have these instances where we just write it off as coincidence, but really truly it's a synchronicity, which is a reflection of something that's internally in your mind. Your perception towards somebody is often the mask that you give that somebody. So if you want to change the way that somebody the easiest way is to change the mask that you've attributed to them and be reflective of what you want to experience of them, and then maintain that. And I do it all the time. Need to get you out here to Vegas. What, for hookers and blow? Do you visualize all the time? Nero, why did you cancel my interview? For anybody that ever books a application to work with me or an interview and you get your thing cancelled, it's either two things. It's either that something came up, or for whatever reason, we just wouldn't have been a good fit. Like, that's quite literally it. And you might have just slipped through the cracks. So apologies for that. Please don't take it personally. Semen retention thoughts. Semen retention is cool. It's something that should be mastered. I think sexual discipline is something. Sexual energy is a woman's domain. And unfortunately, if you can't control it, you'll be controlled by it. So I definitely think it's something to learn. I've got a lot of books on tantric sex, sexual energy, sexual kung fu. Anything by Mantak Chia is a very good read, and I think it's important to know these things. It's very, very important to know these things. But does it affect your ability to materialize? Once again, it all comes back to what it represents to you. Is it every time that you're bussing, you're like, oh no, I shouldn't be doing this, because then you're depleting your self-trust, indirectly depleting your confidence, indirectly affecting your ability to materialize reality. But if you have no guilt attached and no feelings about it, it's not going to affect your ability to materialize reality. What it will do, however, is affect your vibration, which once again is something entirely different. You have accessed your superconscious. I don't know, do I? Why do we overthink? Because we don't clean our minds. Our minds are like email. Like, most of us have bare emails that we just haven't read, and it's because we haven't cleared those emails. And it's the same thing with those thoughts. We don't give those thoughts time to process. The average person has between 4,000 to 60,000 thoughts on average a day, and when you think about it, all these thoughts, due to how fast-paced the 21st century is, we never really have the ability to actually process those thoughts, which ends up translating and expressing itself as overthinking, because you have all of these thoughts and you're like, where are all these thoughts coming from? No, they're coming from thoughts that you never really processed. Hence why making time to do nothing and just be in stillness is very, very important. Hence Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. How much time do you sleep per day? My sleeping pattern's fucked. It's terrible. Some days will be 5 hours. Some day will be 6. Some day will be 7. Where is AJ? We're literally trying to set it up just before this live, but we couldn't figure it out. Yeah, it's terrible. I know. Would you recommend robotic affirming to your clients? And do you use robotic affirming? No, not at all. It's not even something that I'd recommend. It just depends. If they come with a preconceived notion that this is going to work, then that's the only reason it's going to make it work. You need to detach yourself from the conceptualization that techniques are what does anything, and that there's a secret technique that is going to make things work and change everything, because that's just not the case. Techniques themselves are vehicles, but a vehicle can't go nowhere if it's got no petrol in the whip. If the whip ain't got no petrol in it, it's not going to be able to drive anywhere. But you don't realize that the fuel that actually allows the car to move is the emotional conviction that you pour into it working. So it's not about this particular technique. It's about, do you believe that this is going to work? And if you believe that this is going to work, that's going to be the only reason it works. Patty cakes. I don't know why that name sounds a bit suspect. Hello, it's nice to see you. Mini bro panic. I love brother panic. He's literally my favorite occult teacher. Are you single? No, I'm not. I'm engaged. I keep telling people this, but nobody wants to believe me. Define aura. Me. I've seen your eyes, Nero. Lucky you. Why are you so cute and smart? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Do you have any pets? I had a dog in it for like 17 hours. I literally had a cockapoo dog for like 17 hours, and like my man wasn't trying to sleep. Like he wasn't trying to sleep. And I just thought to myself, nah, this is crazy. So I took him back the next day. And that's not even a joke. I still have nightmares about that, about abandoning my dog. I took him back to his owner. And the owner was like, you can't get a refund. And I was like, it's okay. You can just take him back. Sorry, guys. I'm really trying to keep up with these questions here. I was good with it and good without it, but I still missed the date for the manifestation. What gives? Well, it's the fact that there was a date on it, innit? And it happens. Listen, there's going to be instances where you don't materialize things, guys. There's going to be instances where that doesn't happen. That's it. Tell AJ to come play the piano. That sounds a bit suspect, son. I don't know about that. What's that black book in the middle right behind you? You're either talking about the wise mind of Emperor Haile Selassie, or the Bhagavad Gita. One of those. Davina Map Nero, what's up? Hello. Do a Discord call and then stream from OBS Studio. AJ, we lacked. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We're definitely gonna have to do that because we lacked. That was terrible. Nero not Natty. I have no idea what that means. My name is not Natty. No, I'm Nero. What's your thoughts on telekinesis? Sounds cool. Supposedly, if you read into the CIA and all of those type of things, you'll see that those things are true. But do I think that you should be doing telekinesis if you hate your life? No, I think you should be working on getting into your desired reality. How many times do you reread a book? It depends how good the book is. A book that I really like, I'll reread it like 5 times. How to overcome grief. I lost my dad recently and I don't know what to do. First of all, my condolences. And what I would simply say is to allow yourself to feel. I think a lot of people end up trying to repress certain emotions. And even I do it myself sometimes. Like, I haven't cried in like 11 years. But the truth of the matter is, to cry is nothing more than an emotional release. And I think when we attempt to not cry, and that's not me saying that I attempt to not cry, I don't know, maybe I'm broken. But when it comes to grief, I would say don't rush anything and allow that emotion to process it off, because unfortunately, whatever you resist persists. My condolences once again. Are you in your desired reality, Nero? Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. That's very nice of you. Do you recommend reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill? Yeah. Why not? How can I get my ex back? Don't ban me. I'm really trying to avoid this topic. I'm really trying to avoid this topic. And that's why you said don't ban me. You're a funny person. Well, this is no different from materializing anything. So it's just about you internally shifting to a degree to which you are no longer emotionally dependent upon not having your partner or having your partner back. So you need to become the vibrational alignment by reaching a particular degree of declaration internally that they're already here, and begin moving and thinking like they're already here, and allow yourself to feel those things. Now, more often than not, when it comes to these particular situations where people want their ex-partners back, of course there's a particular degree of attachment because there's attachment for that person, which is what you're actually going to have to disconnect from, because until you do, that's going to be a particular form of repellent for that individual because it's importance. And I'm not saying your partner is not important to you, but I'm saying if you want to materialize it, then it can't be important to you, unfortunately, because importance is interpreted as energetic space, and the bigger the importance, the bigger the space in between you and what you want to materialize. So you're just going to have to disconnect from that particular degree of importance to begin with. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what you shouldn't do. I'm just here to help you gain your desired reality, whatever that might be. What's a great book to control your sexual urges? See, if I showed you guys would end up thinking I'm a freak. So I'll just give you one book. I'll just give you one book, so I'm not perceived as a freak. There. And I believe this book is for men and women. The Alchemy of Sexual Energy, Connecting to the Universe from Within by Mantak Chia. Don't ask me for that. Don't ask me to put it back up, cause I held it there for some time. You said you'd buy me a PC. Don't believe me. I'm a true liar. I'm actually not even opposed to that. I'm actually not even opposed to that, to be honest. I actually wouldn't even mind that, if I'm being honest. All right, cool. I'm back in the chats now. Happy New Year, Nero. Bit late, aren't you, mate? I'm joking. Happy New Year's. Bro, where are you from? I'm Zimbabwean, but I'm from the UK. England. The West Midlands in England. Everybody always assumes I'm from London, but unfortunately I am not. Are you a Gemini, bro? Now I'm a Taurus. I was born in May, so I'm a Taurus. Aura 9999. Thank you. Not needing gets you everything. Well said, Motivation Tube. I completely agree. Shaquille, what's up, bro? I'm from the Netherlands and been following you. Keep up the good work. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have all of you, by the way. Nero, how to manifest multiple things at once. What I always recommend is to find one thing that if you manifested that, it would lead to every other aspect of your life almost being nourished in a sense. So as opposed to kind of trying to diversify your attention, because the moment you try to manifest multiple things, and that's not to say you can't do it, I'm just telling you what works for me and my clients. I always say to them, pick one thing that you know if you was to materialize it, getting into the state of that one thing would allow for the other things in your life to be more easily accessible. Bro hasn't cried in 11 years. Alien. Yeah. I think I was just desensitized to a lot of stuff. So, you know what I mean? I love crying. It feels good after. That's good. I watched Wicked and couldn't stop bawling. Yo, go watch Batman. Go watch like The Dark Knight Rises. Like, go watch something serious. Is that coconut water? It is indeed. Yo, I'm the agency guy. Appreciate you. What books you read 5 times? So a book that I've reread multiple times is Parallel Universes of Self by Frederick Dodson. I love that book and that author. He's amazing. Any tips for a beginner meditator? Yes. Break away from the kind of glamorized Hollywood idea that meditation is emptying your mind, because that's what they tell you it is, right? So when you go try to do it, you're like, why the fuck can't I silence my mind, and why is my mind so loud? But that's not what meditation is really and truly. That particular point is a destination that you get to after meditating for a severe amount of time. Simple meditation that you can do, two things. You can either stare at a white wall with no sound, no distractions, no nothing. Just stare at a white wall for as long as you can. Set a timer, 10 minutes, one. Or quite literally relax your body, lay down, close your eyes, and then quite literally just allow your mind to bring up all those thoughts that it's going to do. Because in case you've never realized, when you sit down to meditate, your mind gets unusually loud, louder than normal. And it's due to the fact of all those unprocessed thoughts finally coming out to the surface. And what you need to do is just observe them. Don't latch onto them. Don't argue with them. Don't agree with them. Don't tell them that they're great. Don't tell them that they're bad. Just literally observe those thoughts from a point of non-judgment, and what you'll allow them to do is to allow them to process out. And that's it. Quite simple. Simple, right? What's your morning routine, bro? Double shot of whiskey. Or rare nephew. Depends what I've got. This is even filled with whiskey. It's not even coconut water. My morning routine normally is comprised of me meditating for about an hour, and then I'll either go on a walk and listen to an audiobook, come back, and then visualize, or just in whatever order. It's normally those three: visualization, reading, whether me actually sitting down and reading, or me going on a walk at like 7 a.m. just with the audiobook and me taking notes, and then meditation. Why do you watch so many movies? Isn't it a waste of time? Do you know what the irony is? The way that I talk about things, you'd actually think that I do, but I really don't. I've actually been making an effort to watch films and TV shows, because I thought to myself, it's like, yo, I obsessively study this information. I don't want that to just be my life. And it allows me to connect with people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's art. It's expressions of human consciousness. You know what I mean? So I like it. It's so smooth. What is smooth? What is smooth? How you liking the new season of Solo Leveling? It's great. It's absolutely great. I can't wait for episode 4 to come out. But I've been reading the manga. Yes, I can't believe I read anime manga. I can't believe that this is what I've become. It's actually unbelievable. Are you talking about purpose? Yeah, I kind of spoke about that at the start. Why are you wearing sunglasses indoors? Because your future's too bright. I have to protect myself. When you talk about frequency first, action after, do we still need to work hard or naturally? Now, here's the thing. The idea that you need to work hard to attain something is nothing more than a particular belief. You do need to work. I'm not one of those spiritual niggas that will tell you that you can just get through life by not doing any work. That's just nonsense. And it's nonsense because you exist on 3 levels of existence: mental, physical, spiritual. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, mind, body, soul. You exist through a triune nature, and physical is one of them. It's inescapable. But the way that you go about doing physical work doesn't have to be with struggle. Effort, yes. Struggle, no. And the difference between effort and struggle is that struggle is effort laced with negative emotion and the incorrect state of consciousness. For example, somebody who's not in a correct state of consciousness but attempts to take action to go somewhere will struggle because their mind isn't aligned with their physical actions. But when you have the pre-established state of consciousness that you already are where you want to be for whatever it is that you're doing, then the way that you go about physical action and the things that you're going to be inspired to do is completely different. Danny, what's good, Nero? This live is lit. It's a pleasure to have you, my brother. Thank you. Why don't you have a Wolves accent? I don't know. I'm from Wolverhampton. In fact, I grew up in Low Hill, Scotland's Low Hill. So I don't know. Elon Tusk, let's get these likes up. There's 2,000 people. Don't even worry about that. I'm not even worried about that, to be fair. To be so young and so focused is a blessing you're gifted. How do you know I'm not crazy out here? Who knows? Hello, I bet your lips are like pillows. Were you born with glasses on? Yes. How did you know? I feel like you guys just know too much about me, to be honest. The realest of the real right here. You most definitely are. Does having a bad day affect what you're trying to manifest? Well, why do you conceptualize it as a bad day? The fact that you conceptualize it as a bad day is a direct reflection of the fact that you're still adhering to the illusion of polarity. And polarity is nothing more than the human tendency to want to categorize and label things into a particular degree of separation, which is an illusion in of itself because nothing is separate. The conceptualization of a good day or a bad day is nothing more than you adhering to an illusion, which is a trap. So the moment that you actually begin to label a day as bad, everything that comes inherently within the meaning of that label bad is something that you're going to materialize. Not because it was a bad day, but simply because you perceived it to be one. So the world perceived you to be somebody who's going through a bad day. So it threw a whole bunch of circumstances and scenarios that reflected bad. Appreciate you tuning in from Toronto. Appreciate you. Nero, how do you protect yourself in the spiritual realm or spirit in general? I'm not even worried about that. The idea that you need to protect yourself spiritually is inherently setting you up to be in a particular form of battle or war. Some type of warfare. I'm not in that. There's no need for me to be protected because there's nothing harming me. How could anything harm me? You see the difference? I knew you're from the Midlands. Yeah, I'm from the West Midlands. You're tapped in, not just tapped. I'm a bit of both. Can I manifest something bigger than 2 inches or am I cooked? Oof. You're cooked. It's alright though, man. You know what you need to do? Just move like it's bigger than that. And then, the frequency. It's alright, man. You got it, man. Have you watched Dark Matter on Apple TV? I'm actually watching Dark right now with my mom. Imogen, I don't think that's going to stop them from chilling, to be honest. I don't think that makes a difference. Just want to say thank you, my guy from Detroit. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and it's an honor. I thank the universe for aligning me with the knowledge you share. Single mom breaking the generational curses. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Hey, I'm a Taurus, but where is your Wolverhampton accent? I don't know. I just don't have it. It comes out here and there. OG Hamad. I don't know why. I'm 23. I don't know why. Go ask him. How to stop arguing with people in my head. Stop. The first step is awareness. Awareness is the first step to any particular form of transmutation. Then it's about shifting that particular form of arguing to a particular degree of energetic polarity. So the opposite of arguing is probably a particular form of harmony, right? Because arguing is disharmony. So shift to harmonious conversations with that person in your head. It's quite literally a decision. But see, the old frequency will trick you into thinking that it's not that simple. And it wants you to think it's more complicated so you don't have the capability of actually just changing your mind. Because a belief is just something that you one day were either given or you chose to think and you haven't started. But a simple decision of just saying I'm going to think something else is all it takes. But see, it's not that simple, is it? And it's because the old frequency wants to obfuscate that particular degree of how you can go about altering your beliefs because it wants to stay around. But trust me, it is. I know you're not crazy. I'm a Taurus or light-minded. I love chill guys. I'm the chillest of guys. Someone said show your hairline. Do you know what's mad? You can literally go on my Insta and see my trim. Like, you can just go on my Insta and see my trim. Like, I've got Insta reels where, you know, I've got trims. I just don't happen to have a trim right now. Tuning in from SA. You're hilarious and interesting. What can I say? Is urine therapy real? I don't even think I want to know. I don't even think I want to know what that is. I'm good. You got it. I don't even know. Your voice has slowly changed. Your voice has slowly replaced the voice of my inner consciousness. How do I change it back? I don't know. I'm from the West Midlands too. OMG, I can't believe you're from there. Yeah, I'm from Wolverhampton. Like, you already know. Like, for anybody who's not from the UK, everybody thinks like the place that I'm from is like the ghetto. Like, I'm from Wolverhampton. You helped me, put me and my brother on a better path. Nothing but better. Can't thank you enough. That's all you guys. It's a pleasure. I work a lot of hours with ads agency and I still don't have the results I want. Should I spend more hours reading and meditating or keep working? No. You need to start focusing on doing and start focus on being. People don't recognize that there's two games that you play. And I say this to all my clients. There's the inner game and there's the outer game. The outer game could be you doing everything that you need to be. It could be you doing everything that you need to be doing. This could be you reaching out to potential prospects. It could be you doing your ads. It could be you doing this. It could be you doing that. Anything that you can do within the physical realm is the outer game. But unfortunately, the outer game is always going to be directly limited by the inner game. So if you're doing shit that should be making you, let's say 100k a month, but you're calibrated to 10k a month internally, and you're still thinking from the perspective of the beliefs, the emotionally charged thoughts, the identity, and focusing on the aspects of your reality that reflect that you're making 10k a month, that's all you're going to be limited to. You need to start focusing on doing and focus on being. You need to actually step into that particular frequency that is reflective of your desired reality. That's what you need to do as a prerequisite to experiencing that, because then the actions that you do aren't going to be the same as they are now. Because best believe there's somebody who's doing exactly what you're doing, no difference, but they're making completely different money, and it's all down to their frequency. Remember, there's no causality in externality. The causality only exists mentally and internally, spiritually and emotionally. And the more that you're able to kind of tick off those boxes, the easier things get. Nero, you mess with Mexicans. I have no idea what you mean by that. I'm from the UK, so there's not a lot of Mexicans or Latinos here, especially in the West Midlands where I'm from. Maybe in London, but no. What do you think happens after death? I think you enter a particular degree of existence that's reflective of the frequency you left Earth with. Quite literally. So to where people think that they can suffer on earth and go to heaven, no. The only way you're going to get to heaven is if you live in heaven on earth. And the only way you're going to get to hell is if you live in hell on earth, quite literally. Whatever frequency that you leave this physical plane with, you will enter the spiritual, mental, vibrational equivalent of that physically, because physically is nothing more than the materialization of that energetically. I hope that makes sense. We want to hear your knowledge on mushrooms. Believe it or not, I've never done a single psychedelic. Believe it or not, I've never done that. Nero, can you make a video about finding a partner? No. How do I honor my ancestors or show appreciation, or do you believe that ancestors influence your success as some African traditions do? Well, you're going to have to be specific on African because there's multiple different countries in Africa. For example, I'm Zimbabwean, I'm from the south of Africa. Some were nothing like people in the north of Africa or the east of Africa or the west of Africa. But to your question, the easiest way to actually honor your ancestors is to reach a particular degree of excellence, quite literally. They exist within you physically on a biological level. You're nothing more than the product of those that came before you. They exist within you mentally because the thoughts that you have your ancestors' memories within you that express themselves through gene expressions. And then spiritually, they're with you wherever you go. So it's just about being able to master yourself across all three planes of existence. Now, that doesn't need to mean that you need to go chatting to them. You ain't got to do all of that. Memely spiritual type shit. By the way, 7 inches is a must. Nero, how to pop. Okay. You are like my big bro. Appreciate you. Born to ride. Pause. Nero, hardest yapper out right now. I really am. Nero's a baby with 90s swag. I love bold men. Fuck these haters. I'm not bold. You can literally go, I'm gonna post something on my YouTube today. I'm gonna post a video of me getting a haircut and you're gonna see that I'm not bold. Will you ever visit India? Not without security, mate. Not without security, mate. You went Cov, right? How the hell you know that? Oh, AJ's now typing. Should Nero start community? Devious one still. You're a devious guy. I heard Nero makes 120k a month. Shouldn't listen to rumors now. Nero, I see angels and dragons. I bet there's a ton in the UK. I don't know. Let me know. In fact, don't let me know if there's any dragons. I'm not trying to hear all of that. Wolves is the ghetto. Who's the author of your copy of the Bhagavad Gita? Can't see. Let me check for you. Hari Shaitan. Shaitan. I'm going to assume that's Cheetan and not Shaitan. It's not a good look. Let's see. Nero, make a SP video, please. Unfortunately, no. I'm so sorry. I can't. I'm so sorry. Nero, your energy is amazing, and you've helped me change my life. No words can describe. Thank you so much. So thank you, Tashai. How long do you visualize for? When it comes to visualization, it's not particularly about the amount of time that you visualize for. It's not what it's about, because that's not what you're doing. Remember, the whole point of any particular form of manifestation tool is to change your internal state of consciousness to a degree to which it's no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing your reality changing. You become the embodiment of that particular reality that you seek to materialize, which would mean that the focus shouldn't be on how long it is. It should be on how it feels. Pause. And what I mean by that is the whole point of these these exercises is to create a particular degree of emotional charge, because the only language of the subconscious mind is emotion. And when it comes to a pre-established belief, essentially what you're trying to do is dissipate that energy by creating a charge that is either equal or more powerful than that pre-established belief, which means that it's not about how long it is, it's about the intensity of the emotion that you're able to cultivate. So you could visualize once and generate such a particular degree of intense emotion that it enters your subconscious mind once, or it could take you a couple times. How to make someone treat you with respect. Treat yourself with respect. That desire to make somebody else treat you with respect is a reflection that you are lacking an internal degree of respect. And I don't mean that in a rude manner. I mean that in a way that you can extrapolate it to anything. Anytime, the only reason you're ever going to lack anything is because you have not given it to yourself. This may be money, it may be approval, it may be respect. The whole reason that somebody may desire approval is because they're lacking their own approval internally. The only reason you're lacking respect is because you're lacking your own self-respect internally. But ironically, the more that you're able to cultivate a particular degree of self-respect, the more that you're going to force the world and everybody in it to respect you nonetheless. Opinions on karma, nonsense. Opinions on karma, nonsense. It's a spiritual particular degree of opium. It makes us feel good, the idea of karma. But if you grow up in a ghetto, then you know that there's no karma out there. And I say this, and this can be extrapolated to any particular degree of why do bad things happen to good people. If karma is this particular idea that good deeds brings on good rewards, then that's not the case, because there's a lot of people that do good, but they still receive suffering, despite themselves wanting to gaslight themselves and say that, good is going to come to them. And any other religious person will tell you that, oh, don't worry, your good is going to come either now or in the afterlife, which is complete bullshit. And it's due to the fact that karma is nothing more than a variation that the Hindus took from the ancient Egyptians of the Hermetic law of cause and effect. It was cause and effect that was taken and moralized to keep society in function once you understand the history of it. But the truth of the matter is that the universe, you can't moralize the universe. Gravity will treat you the same. Electricity doesn't do a criminal background check before it zaps you. If you misuse the energy, you're going to result in suffering, and that can be extrapolated to any particular degree of human existence. You can be a right person morally and mentally wrong, and you'll be in a wrong reality. You could be a morally bankrupt person and be right mentally in your desired reality, and you will be there. And that sounds sad, and yes, I know it's devastating and it's heartbreaking, but that's just the nature of reality. The only thing that the universe cares about is frequency, and whatever is your mental emotional equivalent is exactly what you're going to experience. It's not about how nice of a person you are. You need to take that out your head, and don't even come my way trying to moralize and say, yeah, but what about people that are born like this, and what about this and this and this and that? You can do that shit as much as you want, but at some point you're going to have to stop playing with yourself, and you're going to have to begin to think in accordance to how the universe navigates. This is just how it is. I hope that answers your question. Minnesota Garden Girl 420 Nero, what's up? Any thoughts on Bitcoin? I don't know, bro. I'm a degenerate. I'm straight meme coin, so I don't know. I knew you flew Ghana Air in your past. I've never been on Ghana Air. I've never even been to Ghana. I'd love to go to Ghana, but my friends don't have passports. You gonna go on podcasts? I've been invited on multiple podcasts. I've been invited on podcasts with 500k, over 1 million people that are way bigger than me wanting to collaborate with me. And I'm not going to collaborate with these niggas because I don't know them. I've said this before and I'll say it again. And I posted this once. So to anybody who may be watching that would want me on their podcast and we don't know each other, no. And the reason for that is because I value my audience and the people that watch me way too much to collaborate with somebody for the sake of exposure. Most of these niggas are weird in real life anyways. They're really weird. Or you hear people collaborate with people, then that person goes and does something weird. And I'm not trying to be in that mix. So I'd rather collaborate with a friend of mine with 10 subscribers. You'll see me on a podcast with a friend of mine with 10 subscribers or 500 subscribers before you see me on somebody who has 1 million and I don't know them. I don't want to be known that bad that I'm going to collaborate with people for the sake of exposure. I'm cool with it and I'm cool without it. Manifestation. Your advice to students passing an exam. Step like you've already passed that exam. How do I get myself to read books? Sit down and read, mate. Nero, we're the same person. You think so? You wouldn't believe the amount of people that say that to me. Your videos calm me down. I'm glad. Who is your God? It's an interesting question. It's a very, very interesting question. But the way that question's framed is that one person can have one God, another person can have another God, and another person can have another God. There's only one God, right? So I guess that's all that matters. Now, if you're asking what is God to me, that's a different question. So, Nero, get a belly piercing. I'll do it if you do it. If you do it, I'll do it. If you're on it, I'm on it. Do you play League of Legends? I really used to play League of Legends. Like, I keep telling you guys this. Like, I'm somewhere trapped between God, nigger, nerd. Quite literally. Those are my three archetypes. Quite literally. It really depends on the day. Yeah, I used to play League of Legends. I was a Riven main, top lane. And Renekton. I'm really about it. I came out of prison last year and I'm 21. Any advice? Beware of your old frequencies attempt to move you and sway you back into that particular old degree of reality. Don't do it. The fact that you'll be aware of it, that'll be fine. Why am I a 29-year-old virgin? I don't know. I don't know. The SP is, drumroll, you. Quite literally. Damn, how to speak like Nero. I don't know what you mean by that. The way that you speak is more than fine. Hey, Vitor. I don't know who Vitor is, but hello. What's bro waffling about? I don't even know. React to the video I made about you. No, probably not. Yep, look at Diddy. But he messed up playing with powerful Haitian deities. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that one. Love you, Nero. No, you don't love me. You don't know me. I could be the worst nigga you've ever met in your life. You don't know me. You don't love me. Keep all of that away from me. Come to Jamaica, Nero. Listen, I was supposed to step with AJ to Jamaica, but he's not on it. Chat to him. It's nothing to do with me. Yo, Nero rewatched Paid by God last night and became abundant, irrespective of external circumstance, and I closed 2 cells today. Well done, Rebecca. That's amazing. Attend Diddy party or no Marvel movies? Ooh. Next question. That is crazy. That's a crazy question. Abundant one. Yes, continue to do so. This Nero guy should start a YouTube channel. He's so good. I should, innit? I'll think about starting a YouTube shoot. And soon I'll think about it. Thoughts on Young Thug, musical genius. What is God to you? Ooh, there's a couple of things I'd like to give a prerequisite to before I say this. First of all, understand that the human mind is finite and God is infinite, which means that we cannot attempt to understand God. It's almost like this bottle. So this bottle is 500 milliliters. Let's say God is the ocean and we are bottles as human beings. We can't scoop the entire ocean into this bottle, which means our attempt to do so, any particular book or anything that we've ever been able to understand God as through our own human creation, is always going to be missing something, or it can even be skewed by and distorted by our own particular perception, because the truth of the matter is you don't see the world as it is, you see it as you are. You don't see the world with your eyes, you see it with your mind. And even on a scientific biological level, the eyes don't see. The eyes take electrical signals from your reality and your environment and send those electrical signals back up to your brain, and your brain attempts to compute a guesstimation on what it's seeing, hence why we can fall for optical illusions as human beings. So that being the pre-basis for what I'm about to say in terms of God, the simple way that I've looked at it, and I read the Quran, I've read the Bible, the missing Gospels, the Bhagavad Gita, the Torah, the Talmud, and all of these things. And I don't like the personification of God, because the personification of God is nothing more than an egotistical conceptualization of God based upon God being tied to this third dimensional realm. And what I mean by that is this: people often give God characteristics, that God is this, God is this, God is this, God is that. But those are nothing more than human expressions on how we experience reality. And God being above that, God can't have a persona, because to have a persona is to have a mask, and to have a mask is an illusion inherently. I mean, the word, personality comes from the word persona. Persona, etymologically speaking, is a mask. God can't have a mask. So the way that I would define God quite simply is conceptualized as the all, or the infinite intelligence. And the easiest way to conceptualize that is an impersonal particular degree of consciousness. In the same manner that electricity has the capability of being impersonal, and it can either be used for you or against you. That's how I perceive the energy of God, but quite literally within the substance and fabric of reality. Because even if you're to look at matter is nothing more than the combination of particles. And when you break those down subatomically, you're going to come to the understanding that all these particles are held together by an energy field. The energy field, also known as the quantum field. And even if you're to break down those particles, they're nothing more than a precipitate of consciousness, right? Waves materialized into solid form. So that's what God is, right? It's this kind of, how do I say, unmolded potential. I hope that makes sense. How many books behind you read? I ordered like 20 new books last week, so I probably haven't read like 30 books behind me. Who are you? I'm you. Who are you? I'm me. Rush Hour, man. If you understand Rush Hour, then you'll get that reference. If not, then pirate it if you want to. Pirate it if you want to. Why is my D small, bro? Because it's small mentally. Lock in, bro. Lock in. I see Selassie in the back, of course. Do you want to buy me Starbucks, Nero? Why not? Why not? Pull up to the Anime Expo in LA. I have no one to go with. How long have you known AJ? Not even long, like maybe, I think we linked up in like 2021. So maybe 3-4 years, somewhere along there. Nah, you funny as fuck. Thank you. I feel like Nero hates his audience. Yeah, I can't stand you lot. Absolutely can't stand you lot. All jokes aside, I think I have the best audience on YouTube. Like, I don't even watch other creators, right? I watch the weirdest of YouTube videos. I watch like anime breakdowns and like rap videos or whatever. I genuinely think we have the best community, because where else are you going to find intellect, spirituality, and comedy? I just don't think you're gonna get that, because you guys are actually funny. Like, I swear to God, if you lot were actually funny, I probably would have stopped doing this, because like, who the fuck doesn't like laughing? Come to Switzerland, bro. I'll be in Switzerland in like 2 weeks. Upgrade your camera, G. Why is my man streaming on a microwave? Musa, get out of here. Get out of here. Man said streaming on a microwave. That's nasty work. That's nasty work right there. That's real life nasty work. The fact that, yeah, say nothing. Say nothing. You know, really be your own friends. Say less. Do you watch football? Nah. Man says streaming on a microwave. That's nasty work. Nah, the microwave was too Nah, that's nasty work for real. Say less. Say less. Say less. Come to West London. Nero said, I'll be in Switzerland. Hi, my name is Switzerland. That's crazy work. Do you believe in heaven and hell? No, the concept of hell doesn't even make sense. I don't know hell Islamically. I've read into it ever so slightly. But hell from a Christian standpoint has 3 main points. That's gnashing teeth, physical torment, and burning fire. All 3 of those things only affect a physical body. Now, answer me this. If you die and you leave the earth and your body stays in a coffin or you get cremated or whatever, how would burning, something punching you or harming you, affect your physical body to any degree? Well, your spiritual body. How? When somebody has a ghost in their house, why has nobody ever said, let's burn this ghost? Because by the theory of what heaven is conceptualized at from a biblical standpoint, that should work, but it's just nonsense, which lets me know that the idea of hell isn't something from divinity. It's actually something from the ego's conceptualization on what's the worst things that it can go through. And its conceptualizations of what it can go through is only pertaining to something that is physical. But when I die, I leave my physical body and enter a spiritual body. So how the fuck am I going to be burnt, punched, or kicked, or harmed, or chokeslammed, or RKO'd through my spirit? It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Have you watched Dandadan? I have indeed. Nero, how did you like Interstellar? I ain't watched it, man. That film is long. I ain't watched it. Do you take pictures? Not as much as I should. My mom's always complaining, so I try to take photos these days. My mom's always complaining. Comedy 90%, intellect 10. I like that. Twin, stop yapping about your fans. Answer my question. What was your question, bro? Brother's moving like he's the only one chatting here. Lock in, man. You know how fast this chat moves. Birthday on the 28th. Wish me in advance. No. Nah, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Yeah, I am a Taurus. This is my guy, and I don't even like British folks. That's crazy. That's crazy. What reason do you have to dislike us? You're from South, innit? Nah, bro, I'm from the West Midlands. British accent sucks, bruv. Yeah. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, I've watched Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon is great. Nero, watch Attack on Titan. Don't disgrace me. I've already watched that. Nero, do you believe in ghosts and aliens? Out of all the things you guys could ask me to improve your own lives, you want to ask me about aliens? I guess. Why my baby daddy think he should get my taxes monies, y'all? I don't know. I never met the bloke. I never met him, mate. Don't know what to tell you. I was about to reveal your identity, shapeshifter, but my question is, can you talk about the times you was a trader and what advice you would give to your younger self in terms of trading? Man said I was about to reveal your identity as a shapeshifter. You just revealed it. You literally just revealed it, bro. Like, I'm not even going to answer your question now because you just told everybody what I am. Like, I thought me and you were like, no, advice to trading. It's simply, trading is purely psychological. I mean, when you look at candlesticks, right, everybody sees candlesticks in front of them, but what you see is completely different, which means trading is nothing but a mental game. So as far as trading goes, the easiest thing that you could do when it comes to trading is to, one, transcend polarity. So oftentimes as traders, we see wins and losses. You're going to have to transcend that and see everything that you do as a win, despite what reality shows you. Now, I know it's a weird concept to think about, but when you take a trade and it loses, that's not a loss. It's not a loss so long as you was able to act within the confinements of your strategy, for example. But if you maintain this particular idea that there's losses, then you then enter the frequency and the vibration of everything that it means to lose. But really and truly, you can never lose. You need to transcend polarity and see everything you do so long, and bear in mind, this is so long as you're acting within accordance of your strategy. Then you then need to be acting from a particular state of consciousness that states that you're in your desired reality. So whether you want to get funded with a certain amount, you already need to be that, nigga. You need to wake up and think and show gratitude for that particular reality right now. You need to see your reality through the lens of that, even when you're taking trades. Would this version of me take this trade if X was X? That's what you need to be doing. I hope that makes sense. But I'm not going to forgive you for revealing that I'm a shapeshifter. That one, I'm never forgiving you for that one. Nero was a trader too. Yeah, I was a funded trader. I blew my accounts though. It's terrible. Nothing, straight blowing, fam. Straight blows. Pause. Blessings from Mexico, my brother. What's up? How quick was your come up? Who said I came? Pause. Nah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I think you could, Will, I'm just ignoring your message that's just come through. I'm just ignoring that. I think you could actually make UK slang popular. Niggas don't be knowing the vibes. Definitely got to break down the lingo for the man dem. You think so? You think so? You have a client who you helped in trading? Yeah, one of my clients. Go on Instagram and look at GY Trades. That's one of my clients, 8-figure crypto trader. He was doing 6 figures a month, and working with me, ended up doing 7 figures in a week. So, and you can go. He's got all his proof on his IG. Go look at GY Trades. Share what's been on your mind lately. What has been on my mind lately? What has been on my mind lately? I don't know. A lot of things are on my mind. I'd really like to try an oxtail pizza. Like, there's this place in the UK that does oxtail pizzas. I've never had it. I really want to try that. What's your favorite album by Kanye? Ooh. It's gotta be The Life of Saint Pablo. I'll be honest. Ultralight beam, waves, father stretch my hands, like, it's gotta be The Life of Saint Pablo. Any advice on a breakup? Charges to the game, bro. No, actually, I don't know. I'll think about that. I don't really have advice, but I'll think about that. What's the advice on breakup? Well, really and truly, it goes back to what somebody almost said to me about grief, because in case you haven't seen the studies on heartbreak actually stimulates areas of your brain that's actually associated with pain, so it actually feels like physical pain. And what I would say to that is to allow yourself to feel. I think a lot of people, and this can be extrapolated to all aspects of life, we all seek to act like our feelings aren't there. I don't think you should do that. If you're in a particular state of grief, I think you should have that, but then I think at the same time, look at it reflectively and see what were the aspects that you liked, the aspects that you didn't like, and use that to cultivate yourself and refine yourself, maybe even set a particular path for the next particular individual that you might want to materialize. What a waste of oxtail. Nah. Oxtail pizza, it looks serious. It really looks serious. Oh, and somebody asked about hell. Hell is described from a Christian standpoint as eternal separation from God. How can you be eternally separated from God if God is omnipresent? How many views did your first YouTube video get? I don't even remember. I don't even know how many views I get now. I really don't pay attention to that type of stuff. Like, I'll look at it on like YouTube Studio every once in a while and see what videos are performing well. But the actual number of the views, I don't really pay attention to that. I rank them like 1 out of 10 because that's how YouTube conceptualizes it. But other than that, no. What's the book behind you with the man? It's The Wise Mind of Emperor Haile Selassie. Oxtail should only ever be made with the Jamaican stew. That's ridiculous, because that's to imply that oxtail meat is just a Jamaican thing. There's oxtail all over the world. Do you know there's some people that boil oxtail out here? It's mad. It's actually mad. Aloha, Nero. Much love from Hawaii. Wanted to thank you for your videos, as they've always helped me transform my life. Would love to have you as a guest on my podcast one day. Yeah, we gotta become friends first, and then yeah, I'd have no problem doing that. Lol, I will come cook you oxtail pizza. Lol. Lock in, man. Lock in. It's low-key Watch the Throne. But Watch the Throne is a collab album with Jay-Z, so I wasn't counting that. But Watch the Throne is a great album too. I eat oxtail in Filipino peanut stew called kare kare. See? People eat it differently. Pause. So instead of hiring a bankruptcy lawyer, I'ma hire Nero. Nigga, if you hire me, we'll both be bankrupt. Favorite Kendrick Lamar album? I don't want to sound typical, but it's Good Kid, Mad City. Or To Pimp a Butterfly. Nero's got a big ego. It's interesting though. Manifesting is not just what many other coaches make you feel it actually is. Just a normal dude from across the street. Nero, you're large from the VI. Got a huge ego. Such a huge ego. Yeet. Jay-Z. I think I know who that is. I think I know who that is. I'm not even gonna give that any time of day. You are my inspiration. I shouldn't be your inspiration. Your inspiration should be the desired version of you. I miss AJ. Oh, he's in the basement. I'm not letting him out today. Today is Friday, so he stays in on Fridays. Do you wear any fragrances, Nero? Yeah, Tom Ford, Vanilla Sex. I also like, I think it's called Velvet something, another Tom Ford one. So Vanilla Sex by Tom Ford, and then there's another vanilla one that I really like, and then there's a Velvet Orchid by Tom Ford. That's really, really good. I love Tom Ford fragrances. Favorite Katy Perry album? The one with California Girls. Yeah, that's terrible. But yeah, Katy Perry, she's different levels, different levels. Spider-Man is the best superhero. See, I wish I could ban people from my actual YouTube, because you'd be banned. You'd be banned for saying such nonsense. Velvet is my name. That's actually crazy. It is. What camera are you using? Yo, don't violate my thing, guys. Listen, we're just doing this. Like, we're just out here, just doing that, answering questions, just off the dome. You feel me? Oh, see, now the man them are calling. I gotta put my thing on mute. Hang out in Switzerland. Greetings, my guy. I'm in Switzerland in 2 weeks, so. California girls, nah, bro. Man was 8 loving that video. Real talk. Real talk. Locked in from day one. Please notice me. Nah, come on, man. That's down bad. Come on. Come on. You're better than that. Come on. Don't be like that. The Black Doctor Strange. I like that. Apologies for my tardiness. Nah. We don't accept your apology, because you're always there in the comments, but you were late today. Aisha, what a shame. What is it you like about Homelander? I like the fact that he's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like the fact that he's crazy. Like, I can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the drinking milk thing. You know what I mean? But, like, Rihanna or Katy Perry. Whew, that's hard. Strip clubs and dollar bills. Still got more money. Trump shots. Can I get a refill? Still got more money. I don't know. Rihanna, though. I'm going to have to. Do you believe in hypnotism? Believe in it? Let me show you something, mate. Money make the world go round. Still got more money. So, The Art of Hypnosis by Roy. I've hypnotized one person in my life, and that was my friend. She'll never let me show that video, but I was able to hypnotize her. It wasn't nothing crazy. Like, I just made her, like, feel like her arms were heavy and she couldn't lift up her arms until I clicked. And then same thing with her feet. She couldn't move until I clicked. I've only been able to do it once. That's The Art of Hypnosis by C. Roy Hunter. And then my older, shout out Cass, he actually put me onto this, The Wizard Within. And once you understand, any manifestation and hypnosis is quite literally the same thing. In this book, it defines hypnosis as belief plus expectation. Belief plus expectation. Belief plus expectation is conviction. Conviction is the most important word to manifestation. I say this all the time. So, and even the art of actually materializing your reality requires you to do some hypnotic methods. For example, you access the subconscious mind when it's operating at a particular brainwave state known as theta or alpha, which is when it's about 4 to 8 hertz. Hypnosis is part of the process of hypnosis, is actually slowing down those brainwaves so you can actually enter the subconscious mind and program it how you want, which is just nothing more than a particular degree of relaxation and allowing your muscles to just feel like they've kind of dropped and relaxed. So most definitely. Strip clubs and dollar bills. Still got more money. Fatima, what camera is that? Yo, you lot are violating. Is it really that bad? You lot are violating. I like the fact that it's a bit ghetto though, innit? Why does my right ear start ringing? I don't know, mate. I'd go to the doctors. I actually don't know. It's not even a joke. I don't know. Everyone is basically hypnotized all the time. Exactly. We're all hypnotized by our old frequency. That's a bar. I should write that down. Homelander just needs a hug. Real talk. Are you a saint and a sinner? Where's the baby oil? I finished it all. Why are you giving knowledge for free? That's a good question, actually. I think a lot of people like to gatekeep knowledge, but not me. I think I charge my clients a good enough price already. They come to me for a specific problem, but they always say to me, what you give in the videos is actually what you're giving me here. And it's quite literally the same thing. Like, it's quite literally the same thing. I think the reason why I give this knowledge away for free is because I wish things were more balanced. I remember growing up not understanding why certain things were happening, why good people were struggling, why my mom was struggling, my auntie was struggling, and really good people that would, the nicest of people, angels. I hated that, not being able to figure it out. So I guess I share these videos to kind of balance the scales a bit, and for those who are kind of on the edge but they're kind of being pulled back into reality, I guess. Captain America's overrated AF. Yo, ban this nigga from this live. How can we kick people out this stream, AJ? We need to figure this out. Alright guys, hold on. AJ's been sending me questions a while ago. All I see is signs. All I see is dollar signs. Okay, let's have a look. Adunkama. Tips on beating addiction, and see, I'm actually gonna make a video about that. So hold that thought. Give me 2 weeks. And if not 2 weeks, just give me some time. I promise I'll make a video on it. It's actually very technical. I've been thinking about that for months. A video on that because I have these ideas, but I want to make it practical and actually give you something to implement. But the easiest way to conceptualize addiction is to see it in through the manner as an entity, right? It's an egregore, so it's an entity that exists, a non-physical being, an organism that exists spiritually, that was built upon whatever the source of your addiction is. Addiction is nothing more than your desire to alter your internal state with an external substance, and humans do this. Girls do this with bags, guys do this with women and cars. We all seek to alter our internal with external things. That's all addiction is. But it's that continuous obsession to do that. So we'd have to analyze what are the reasons internally as to where the addiction was brought out of, but then have the ability for you to isolate that addiction and hear its voice as a separate entity. So when you do hear it, you don't internalize it as yours and end up doing things that you think that you're being guided to do as opposed to the old frequency. And then being able to detach from the instances where you do eventually do and you do indulge, because when you do indulge in addictions that you're trying to break, there's a certain level of guilt, there's a certain level of frustration and annoyance, and actually these are the very same emotions that are glue that will stick you to that frequency and bind you together. So it's then about altering and giving yourself grace in instances where you do fall off, and understand that you can never truly fall off. So, but that's just a little bit. I hope that helps. What if you're not getting inspired to do anything regarding your purpose, but visualize and embody the state daily? Continue to do so. Continue to do so. Be in a lot of silence. That will help you. Should I start watching your videos if I'm in my desired reality? Yeah, sure. Do that, mate. I don't want to be a crutch for anybody. Yeah, it's different if you guys like to come here and laugh and learn something, but I'm not here to be a crutch. That's why I give you everything. That's literally on my mind. Literally everything. I give it to you because I don't want you to be a crutch. I don't want to be one of those channels that give you 50% of it and then you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, AJ, there's some dude saying that he gave $10 and his question, I don't know what your question is. I can't find it. It's ESEL. AJ, I beg you find that, please. I want a smaller waist. Yeah, man. Bags and women is crazy. It was literally the first thing that came to the top of my head. Nero's trying to give us here 90s throwback. Pause. I'm not trying to throw nothing back. With the camera. Guys, this is actually just my webcam. I didn't know this was a problem like this. This is guys are really violating. William Brown and his service from your experience. Very, very good. Very, very good. Some nigga said there's fog in your office. What? Yo, somebody said there's fog in my office. That is nasty work. What? Yo. Nah, yo, that's funny. Yo, whoever said that, please, whoever said that, please send me proof that you said that. Like, that is probably the best thing I've read all year. That's probably the best thing I've read all year. That's better than any metaphysical book I've ever read. Man said there's fog in my office. That's real life nasty work. Out of interest, have you read the Quran or the Bible? I've read the Bible, and I've read the Apocrypha and the missing Gospels of the Bible, the Nag Hammadi texts, and I read the Quran and the Bhagavad Gita and the Torah and the Talmud. Man said there's fog in my office. Yo, that is funny. That is hilarious. Man said call center webcam. It looks cloudy. Yo, what? Nah, fog in the office is crazy. Bro's office is in the Matrix. You know what? Now I'm going to keep this webcam for life. You know what's mad? AJ was actually like to me, yo, you need to upgrade webcam. But now I'm never upgrading this webcam. I'm going to keep it here. Yo, that is hilarious. Man said, yo, that's hilarious. Why am I soft in the middle, but the rest of my life is hard? Because you're hard internally. Pause. And that's not even a joke. Man said 1950s camera with a Victorian bookshelf. Oh, yo. Do you know about Ethiopia? Yes. I believe the only African country to never be colonized. One of the oldest holders of the true Bible, indeed. Nero, what you manifested, nigga? A new webcam. A new webcam. A new webcam. Lizard Logitech. Oh, yo. Are you saved by Jesus Christ? No, I'm saved by Christ, not Jesus. Do you believe in Jesus? No, I don't. I believe in Christ. Two completely different things. Bro's webcam survived World War One. Nah, you lot are funny. Is that Haile Selassie in the back? Of course it is. You're gonna make me cry again. Shout out Ethiopia, of course. I noticed that in the morning you posted a quote from the Quran. Could you do that more often when discussing metaphysics? Yeah, I could. Yeah. Tell me this nigga ain't streaming from a doorbell camera. Oh, yo. Nah, you guys have got it today. You guys have got it today. Ace Hood or Young Dolph? Young Dolph. Young Dolph. Looks like a hacker turned on the webcam from a school, from a scam center in New Delhi. Yo, guys, please, man, please. See, I wish I could do videos and hear you guys' reactions in person while I'm recording. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that would be great. what is your definition of Christ? Well, first we'd have to understand etymology, my friend. Christ has two particular origins based on what history has shown, and that's Christ originates from Krishna, which is the avatar of the creator, right? And in the Hindu traditions. But then Christ, etymologically, if you go to the Greek, comes from the Greek word Christos, right? And if you go even deeper to where the Greeks got their information from, you can read about that in a book called Stolen Legacy. You'll come to the conclusion that Christos derives from the word Krst, which is the ancient Kemetic word cursed, Krst, which was a reflection of the anointing, an anointing process into which, well, it means the anointed one, and also the process of mummification, but it's also a representation of an elevation in consciousness. That's what a Christ is. There's a book named by a man called Kersey Graves called 16 Crucified Saviors, to which he goes through 16 Christs who existed before Jesus with the same archetypal story. So Jesus in of itself, but one could argue, right, which is a fair argument, that Jesus is the only one that resurrected from the dead. That's a fair argument. But I believe the truth of the matter is, when people attempt to say, do you believe in Jesus? It depends on your level of consciousness, because when you're reading a book, you don't read anything except your level of consciousness. So some people read the Bible and read it literally. But once you understand that the Bible is nothing more than a compilation of ancient Sumerian and Mesopotamian stories, then you understand that the true essence of it is a spiritual metaphor for life, not necessarily a literal chronological historical book about a particular individual who walked. Now, did he or did he not? I'm not here to argue that, and I don't think that's an argument worth having. What I do think is an argument worth having is by actually locking into the information that he was actually displaying, because that in of itself is the true path to divinity. And the easiest way you can conceptualize Christ is nothing more than a unification and materialization with the infinite intelligence. Once you allow God to flow through you, hence why Jesus said, I and the Father are one, it was the mental conclusion that Buddha came to, is the same conclusion that Krishna came to, that Ea of Indra came to, and all of the other Christs before them came to, of the true nature of reality, that we are the materialization of God. Now, Jesus said multiple things, and the fact that Christ is a particular form of consciousness can be seen in Philippians chapter 2, verse 5 to 11. Let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God did not find it robbery to be equal with God. It's the same Jesus that said in John 10:34, is it not written in your law, I've said you are God's? And before people go and say you take it out of context, luckily I'm well read in the context of the Bible. So in that particular in John 10, it was the instances where Jesus was walking around saying that he's the Son of God, and they were like, yo, who's saying this, and they were looking for him, so on and so forth. And he turned around eventually when they came together, and he said, is it not written in your law that I've said you are God's? So really and truly, Jesus in of itself, and I think a lot of people cling onto this archetype of a particular savior, but if we're going to be honest, my grandparents are very, very old. Well, they're not that old, and civilizations and ancestors way before me have been waiting for the return of Jesus. And the question that I would pose to Christians all the time is that they're waiting for the second coming of Christ, which is very different from the second coming of Jesus. But even if we were to play into that game of second coming of Christ, Jesus came to earth once when he was born on this earth. He then resurrected and came back. Is the second coming of Christ something that is not already done? And then the second idea anyways of people buying into the idea that Christ is going to return, it's a nice idea, but unfortunately my ancestors died waiting for Christ to return, and he has not returned. And unfortunately, yes, people say, yeah, but we're living in, and every civilization after the passing of Christ has believed, or the ascension of Christ has believed, that Jesus is coming back. So I won't be another one of them. What I will do, however, is take and appreciate that wisdom and seek to embody that wisdom, because the human tendency, which is nothing more than a process of evolutionary psychology, we evolved in groups, and groups naturally have hierarchies. So the idea of even having a hierarchy and placing someone above you is a particular form of the lower self. Hence why Jesus said, the works that I do, and when you read it in Greek, that translates to actions, the things that I do, you can do also, and you can also do greater. That's literally what Jesus said. So this particular idea that he's going to save us and he's going to come back, it's a nice idea, but I just don't think that's going to be the case. I'd rather focus on the message as opposed to glamorizing and hyperfixating on the messenger, which is exactly what the world does. When I say these things and I have these conversations, bear in mind, I grew up someone who was going to church. I used to debate with Christians in the streets, right? I used to ask my pastor questions that he couldn't answer. So I'm not somebody who's just talking these things for the sake of talking. I bring these things to say that the human tendency is that nobody really knows what he said, right? But, when you read the Bible, which I love reading, I think it's one of the best books ever. And I think the Quran is also one of the best books ever. And the Bhagavad Gita is also one of the best books ever. You're able to extract things. So I hope that answers your question. Bro's webcam is a Nokia keypad camera. Crazy work. Crazy work. How was meeting Musa? That's mad glaze. That's mad glaze. That is mad glaze. How you gonna ask me how was it meeting another man? That's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work. It was a nightmare. He's terrible. But to reiterate my point entirely, I'm I used to be very different. I used to be very abrasive. I used to love arguing and debating Christians. I used to love and debating Muslims and even Hindus, so on and so forth. But one thing that I've realized is I don't really wish to argue with people. It's just not what I'm on anymore. If you believe something, that's amazing. I think if you're Christian, that's amazing. As long as you're a Christian who is living in your desired reality, that's all I want for you. So long as you're a Muslim who's living in your desired reality, that's all I want from you. I think your particular degree of worshipping your God, I think there's multiple paths to that one particular truth, right? And I think whatever path it is that you're on, I completely honor and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? And if you think I'm going to hell, that's fine. Yeah, I just want you to be in your desired reality. That's it. Because, I could never conceptualize growing up as to why, those around me, despite being great people and good Christians, were never in their desired reality until I began to, understand esoterically and the nature of the universe and metaphysics and how that all ties in to, the Abrahamic religion, so on and so forth. So, it's good that I was able to make sense of that. But that's what that matters. I'm not here trying to convert people. I'm just here for conversations. I actually loved conversating with Christians and Muslims and all types of people. Let's start a GoFundMe for Nero's webcam. Guys, this is crazy. This is crazy. That is crazy. Live recording on CCTV. Oh, yo. How are you not even doing this? How are you even doing this? This stream feels like a call on Skype in 2014. Oh, yo, that is hilarious, man. That is hilarious. Is this Nero's dad from 1999? Nero, is that the dog from Monopoly on your shelf? It is. It is. It is. By the way, I'll beat any of you at Monopoly. If we ever have a games night, me with any of you in here, I will smoke you guys at Monopoly. I swear, I'll put on everything. He time traveled from 1989. Sent money, helped Nero's webcam. This is nasty way. Nah, the CCTV and Skype comments did me in. Nah, that one is funny. The funniest one. The funniest one. Someone said, "Why is there fog in your office?" Yo. Nah, that one is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Man said more like a police dash cam. That's funny. This is real tough right here. This is really tough that guys are really violating my webcam. This is nasty work, guys. It's like watching Nero through a doorknob. Like, imagine someone's ringing the bell and you just see him spitting bars. Yo. Man. Man. It's actually Musa that started this, saying that my webcam looks like a microwave. That's where all of this started. Fog in the office is crazy work. Crazy work. Man said it looks like you hotboxing. Please don't delete this one. I might have to. The way that guys have been violating me, I might have to. I really might have to. Nah, guys, honestly, I say this all the time. I genuinely believe I have the best like audience on YouTube ever because like I don't know if the other spiritual creators are like funny or they're making jokes or whatever because I don't watch them, but I can't imagine their comments are this funny. Like I can't imagine they're this funny. Man said fog in the office. That is crazy. I thought it was an old video. Someone said looks like a prison camera. Oh man. Prison camera. Guys. Come on, man. We have to do that. TV webcam. Oh man. I have only like $200 to my name, but I want to spend it for your new police station. Oh man. I would love to meet this man someday. Manifest it. I love Eric. The power of I am. Members Live is super interactive. I've never heard of him. I'll check him out now. I'll check it out. Anybody with an audience that is as hilarious as mine deserves nothing but ratings, honestly. One said iPhone 3GS quality. Oh, yo. Bro's laugh is wholesome. Nah, that's too funny. Okay, let's have a look. Guys, leave him alone. This is what they have in the Midlands. Niggas manifesting everything in the world except a decent webcam. Guys, ask me serious questions. Do you believe in bad luck? No, of course not. The reason you have to understand that if we're to conceptualize luck as a particular entity, I think this is the easiest way to conceptualize things. If you conceptualize luck as a thought form is nothing more than a combination of repeated mental and emotional energies repeated consistently. So if you're to think again and again and again that I'm unlucky, you're combining mental energy and emotional energy. That combination leads to a particular form of creation. You have to understand that the subconscious only mind is emotion. Emotion is the only language of the subconscious mind. The way that you program the subconscious mind is through a particular degree of emotional energetic charge. Now, in instances where we feel like life is against us or we feel a particular form of despair, we can have an extreme amount of despair, an extreme amount of sadness, depression. That particular form of emotion is an energetic charge that enters the subconscious mind. Now, on a spiritual level, you have to understand there's 3 planes of existence. On the spiritual plane, you have now given birth to an entity called bad luck, or attracted an entity that is resonant with the conceptualization of bad luck, that now wants to do nothing more like Death Note Shinigamis, which is like this entity that follows you around. Imagine you're walking around, you got an entity following you around called bad luck, and now it's swaying the events of your life to make sure that it is able to stimulate the very same thoughts and emotions that it was created out of, like a parasitic entity. So the concept of bad luck is true, but the truth of the matter is that you create your own luck. Hence why esoterically in the Bible it says the rain falls on the just and the unjust. Right? It's the conceptualization that luck in of itself is a frequency that you're able to tap into. I'll give you another example. Conceptualize the idea of beginner's luck. When you play a game for the first time or you play a sport for the first time, you're really good. Girls are like that on Tekken. If you ever play like a fighting game with a girl on PlayStation, she'll mess you up. And it's due to the fact that beginner's luck is the conceptualization of a mind without limitation. Because the longer that you spend in the field, and I see all the time with people that come to work with me, they're like, hey, when I first started my business, everything was going great. But it's because the more educated you become, the more limitations you ended up taking on. And the more confinements that you entered. So beginner's luck is a mind without limitation. So to your point about bad luck, no, I don't believe in bad luck. You create your luck. I had to put down my phone because you lot were killing me. I couldn't even concentrate. Not me, I'm sweaty at Tekken. Bro, I'll rinse you on Tekken. I will rinse you on Tekken, bro. Is AJ single? Does he like 40-year-old Asian MILFs? I don't even think if you were an Asian MILF, that's something that you would say. So I'm not even gonna give that no attention. Bro is streaming from a Game Boy. Oh, yo. Let's see. How about witchcraft, Nero? Nobody can bewitch you without your permission. And I'm Zimbabwean, so believe me, as an African, I very much understand and have heard people claim to have been bewitched. But I believe that everybody who claims that they've bewitched themselves mentally, right? It's the fact that they think that somebody's bewitched them. And more often than not, it's actually the idea that there's this person that's doing something to you that will begin to make you feel insecure and worried. And that particular form of emotion then sets in motion internally, which then the universe responds by magnifying whatever particular emotion that you're harboring. So then it will use people, conditions, circumstances, events, and situations to make you even more worried. And things keep going wrong. You're like, oh my God, someone's doing witchcraft on me. Nah, it's all you. I want to meet you, drink soju together. Listen, I went to a Korean barbecue one time and I drank like 8 bottles of soju. I think that's one of the drunkest I've ever been. But New Year's I was very, very drunk, but soju is great. The woman I was actually serving us was like, yo, I've never seen anybody drink this much soju. It was crazy work. Thanks for answering, mate. Of course. Camera exposing Nero is reptile. Brother, I think reptiles can afford better webcams than the one I've got. I don't think reptilian webcams are this down bad, bro. Like, I just don't think that's the case. Plantain or plantain? It's plantain, obviously. I want to meet with you and drink tuka, Romanian soju. That sounds like it would kill me. That's crazy. Nero, you're 5'2", yeah? Nah, I'm 4'2". Someone said low vibration camera. Serious work. Bro, drink like a pirate, fam. Does alcohol lower your vibration? It definitely does temporarily. Man said webcam from 7-Eleven. Dreams. What about dreams? Reality is no different from a dream. A dream is nothing more than the creation of either your subconscious or it's your particular temporarily experiencing a different parallel universe, which is reality. Reality is nothing more than a creation of consciousness, to the same way your dream is. A lot of people like to talk about lucid dreaming. No, you need to start lucid living. Lucid dreaming is the act of you being conscious and aware that you're in a dream. You need to be consciously aware that you're in a creation of your mind, a delayed conscious form of creation. That is lucid living, and that will benefit you more than lucid dreaming. How to niche down. Just do it. Just do it. You know what's mad in it? I don't even think you guys know like Wii's. You know what a Wii is? Yeah. I feel like if we had a camera, it would be like the one that I have right there. Nah, guys, I'll tell you this right now, innit? Those camera comments have made my year. Everything else could go, air quotes, wrong. Nothing could ever go wrong. But it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Guys, the camera thing is so serious. The camera thing is too funny, guys. too funny. If Nero had a cult, I'd join. What makes you think that you're not already in one? Oh, I've never heard of lucid living. Yeah, because I'm different, innit? You know what? On the next live that I do, I'm gonna host like a stand-up comedy event for like the best jokes. The best jokes will definitely win. I have to, yeah, you know what? I'm going to make a video how to manifest a camera. Netflix got that, camera got that Netflix Mexico feel. I don't even know what that means, but I just know it's funny. Yeah, so the winner of the next live stream will win a webcam, ironically. How many books do you read on average in a week? It depends. If I'm really focused, I can finish a book in a day. So, you get me, guys. Think about it like this, innit? Think about, I somehow am making serious waves with a prison camera. You gotta lock in, man. The reason I'm using a prison camera is because some of you are mentally imprisoned. You see, this is the part where you add like that do 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 like music in the background, innit? So because I'm using a prison camera, it's to reflect the masses and how their minds are imprisoned and they don't even know it. And my camera is nothing more than the amalgamation of those imprisoned masses. You gotta lock in, man. You gotta lock in. That's the type of shit that spiritual niggas will say, and people will just be like, You'd be hilarious as a comic. You know what's mad? In a parallel universe somewhere, I'm a comedian, guys. I swear. The camera looking like a flashback. Oh, yo. I think the funniest ones is, why is there fuck in your office? Someone said a doorbell camera and then a prison. I swear. Yo. You read Poor Charlie's Almanac? Yes, I have. I actually had it pre-ordered. So when it dropped, I got the physical copy and the audiobook version. Nero's camera gives that hostage vibes. Yo, that is funny, fam. The ransom thing, innit? Is AJ hiding under the desk? How did you know? The man said, nigga, he's streaming on a baby monitor. Yo. Let's see. That was always crazy. Guys, man, I really wish that I could chat to you lot in person. I'm gonna have to figure out how I can put people on the live, so like people can ask me questions, like, and I can actually hear your voices and we can make these jokes, because I swear to you, yeah, like, that would be great. Nero, have you manifested being born black, or was you born that? I manifested it. I spent a long time manifesting it. Yeah. How do you ignore the 3D when manifesting? All right, cool. So worst thing that you could ever do is attempt to ignore reality. And the reason why the worst thing you can do is to ignore reality is because you have to understand how the base mechanics of reality works. And once you understand that frequencies are nothing more than actual entities that you're attempting to harmonize and unify it with. Essentially, when you ignore reality, you have to understand what that is. Your attempt at avoiding reality is a confession of your state of consciousness. You're seeking to avoid a particular form of reality. You're essentially saying that this adversity, this difficulty that I'm going through is too much for me to deal with. That's energetically what you're indicating to the universe. So in your attempt to say, I'm not even going to look at it, you're confessing that this particular frequency is stronger than you. And if it's stronger than you, then you submit beneath it. And if you submit beneath it, you're its bitch, quite literally. So what you need to do is actually not ignore reality nor avoid reality. You actually need to confront reality through transmuting reality with what I call the 3 T's. The first thing you need to do is transcend. You need to be able to confront reality and stare whatever difficulty that you're going with and face it to such a degree that all those negative emotions and thoughts come to the surface of your mind, because those are energies that need to make their way out. And so long as you stare at it and confront it, what you need to do is do that until you reach a point of neutrality. Then when you're at a point of neutrality, then you move on to the second step, which is transmute. Then it's about shifting from neutrality to positivity by looking for the unobvious hidden element of positivity in whatever situation you're going through. And once you find that, you need to hyper concentrate and fixate on it, because concentration is the prerequisite to vibration. Vibration is the prerequisite to frequency. Frequency is the immaterialized form of reality. So when you concentrate on that positivity after you've allowed that negative energy and negative thoughts to dissipate, you then focus on it. Then it's about maintaining that frequency, and that's how you deal with reality. I hope that made sense. Nero, you have somebody remaking the same videos as you on YouTube. Oh, for real? Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. They can steal the videos, even what I say, but they can't steal the frequency, innit? And they can't steal the jokes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where else are you gonna get these jokes? Thank you so much for this, Nero. Always opening the notepad when I open your streams. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Stream from Discord to do that. Say less. Say less. Bro just gave us the summary of the 48-minute video of the 3 T's. You damn right. Listen, I could make any one of my videos 20 minutes long. 20 minutes long. But there's a reason I don't do that. Trying to get paid by YouTube. No, the reason for that is because at the same time, if I was to just give it to you quickly, the way that it works with the mind is that your mind would not really take it seriously. But then simultaneously, I like making jokes. Simultaneously, there's times I go off topic, which is extremely useful. But then also, I also want to kind of, in case you haven't realized, you won't find a video of mine that's less than like 45 minutes or less than 40 minutes. And it's because I want your attention spans to be increased, because the world around you is actively working on doing that. There's actual creators on YouTube, even in the manifestation and spiritual space, that will make a 3-minute video just because they think you niggas don't have the attention span to focus on it. If you don't have the attention span to watch one of my videos, then you're cooked. But I make mine 40 minutes long, so you also allow yourself to kind of mitigate that aspect of the world that's trying to decrease your attention span. So, who knows? I'm trying to get paid. AJ giving him a BJ under the desk. Nah, that's outrageous. You know what? I think that's the end of the live, guys. I think, yeah, that is the end of the live. That is that. I don't even know what to say to that. That one is nasty work. That one is nasty work. I feel like I'm having a Zoom call with my favorite black pastor. Yeah, make sure you donate, nigga. Offerings and that. Offerings. Nah, but guys, I appreciate you guys. I had a lot of fun. This was probably my funnest live stream, because normally I'm just answering questions. I don't have a problem answering questions. I'll do that, and I want to do this more regularly. But when you guys are actually funny, it makes it so much more enjoyable. So let us thank Elon Musk for just ending that, because I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say to that one. That one is crazy work. That one is nasty work. He's training us. Man says Zoom, bruv. But yeah, guys, made 9.5k revenue in 1 day from your teaching. Bless Nero and AJ. Can I have some money, please? Nah, congratulations. I'm more than happy for you. You deserved it. You became it internally, so it manifested externally. But yeah, other than that, guys, yeah, that's it really. I don't know when I'll do this again. I'll see you on Sunday. I don't know what video should I drop on Sunday? No. Why am I even asking you niggas? I'll probably just drop a video on Sunday. I think I know what video will drop. I actually need to film a video. But yeah, guys. Next time you lot see me, obviously on stream, you'll see the same camera. You'll see the same camera. You'll see the same camera. That's not gonna change at all. But nah, thank you guys for making me laugh, and thanks for a good time. I had a great time. Yeah. Other than that, how do I end this thing? Man, them are saying that my camera's fogging. That's a nasty word. How the hell do I stop this stream? How the hell do I do this?